Welcome to the Get Trauma Informed podcast, dedicated to unraveling the complexities of trauma, its pervasive impact, and the journey towards holistic recovery and realignment. If your radiance has ever felt muted, like I and thousands of others, you're in the right place to reignite your inner light. I'm your host, Wellness Coach Liz Blanding, and this is the Get Trauma Informed podcast. Welcome to part 3 of Phases of Trauma Recovery in our mini trauma recovery mini series within a mini, right? Alrighty, we have gone over Phase 1, Acknowledgment of Trauma, Phase 2, Stabilization and Safety, Phase 3, Processing and Understanding the Trauma, Phase 4, Grieving and Mourning. Now we're entering into Phase 5, 6, and 7, Integration and Reconnection, right? True. That means pulling all of those fragmented pieces of yourself back together and becoming the whole amazing person that you are intended to be. That's reintegrating the lessons and healing into daily living. And I call it recovery. I heard this at a conference where the speaker talked about recovering. That means to recover everything that has been broken, everything that has been torn away from you or stolen away from you. That's the recovery process, right? So it's recovery, right? The rebuilding relationships, trust, and a sense of purpose post-trauma. Man, I tell you, I have had one of the most incredible eye-opening experiences since I've been going through my recovery journey, and now on the other side into working on constantly every day relapse prevention. But when I understood coming together, being my full self, this is something I want you to glean from. Some people in your life are not going to be able to stand the person that you become, because when you are working through trauma, when you're in the thralls of trauma, you go into, or we go into, a people pleasing mode. And when you're in a people pleasing mode, that means you don't want conflict anywhere, because again, our safety has been stripped away from us. So you don't really voice your opinion, or you're on the other side of that where you're voicing your opinion, right? With some heat and fire. So it's like you're always extreme a 10 or extreme 1, never in the middle, never in that gray area, where recovery puts you in that middle area where you can ebb and flow and you can balance and you can keep yourself safe. Because remember, we're working with the inner child, inner adolescent, and inner adult. So in that, we are teaching our inner child that you're safe. You can come back home, and I got you. I'm the adult now. I got you. But in that, you understand boundaries, right? So you don't allow people to cross those boundaries, and when they do, you know how to put them back into the right boundary, right? Out of your space. And when you do that, people don't like it, because you've trained them that you're a doormat. You've trained them that they can get away with everything with you, right? And when you stand up for yourself and say, no, no, that's not right. No, that's not right. Then you're going to have some people to fall off, and it's going to be okay. It may hurt because you're a lover of people. It may hurt. It may sting, but that is a part of being an adult and taking care of your full self. We're talking about reintegrating and reconnecting and building trust in relationships, because if you build that trust in relationships, that is what's going to keep you safe, right? And you're going to be able to recognize when it's not a safe relationship or it's not a safe situation, move away from it, right? Growth and empowerment. Discovering, that's phase 6, is growth and empowerment. Discovering new meanings in life and moving beyond surviving to thriving. I love thriving, right? It's totally different. You wake up energized, you wake up excited, you wake up ready for the world, instead of waking up in dread or in, heavy, right? That emotional baggage blocker it's off your shoulders. It's off. It's like in the Wiz, when they peeled out of those suits and they said, can you see a brighter day? Can you see a brand new day? Man, and it smells, the air is so much better when you're not in that fog of trauma. So that's what growth and empowerment is. Using the experience of trauma as a stepping stone for personal growth, empowerment, and resilience, right? Or for turning that pain into purpose and helping other people. And that's what the Get Trauma Informed movement is all about. And thank you all so much. All across the world, people are listening and resonating with the message that there is something that we can do. We do not have to succumb to the ugly chokehold of trauma. We can fight back and we can win. Phase 7, relapse prevention and maintenance, continuing self-care and trauma-informed practices to maintain the progress. Preventing relapse into old patterns by staying connected to support systems and recovery tools, right? These phases offer a framework for understanding trauma recovery and guidelines for us as individuals to recover. And I really enjoyed the last part of that because it gives us so much hope to know that we do not have to succumb to the thralls of trauma, that we can be our whole beautiful, amazing self and live full out in the world, like Lisa Nichols talks about, living full out. Les Brown talks about, he talks about the greatness, that there is greatness inside of you. One of my coaches, Marcus Ogden, he talks about the success cycle, right? Oh my goodness, there are so many. Coach Michael Bart Matthews, he throws out so many when he talks about mindful practices, right? And it's just so many amazing, amazing coaches that I have around me. Randy Outerbridge, amazing, amazing coach. There are so many that touch my life every day. And I say to you, grab yourself some coaches, whether it's in our program or whether it's not. Coaches will help you to get where you want to go, because all great players have multiple coaches. They have coaches around them that polish them up. Iron sharpens iron. Alrighty, until next time, grab yourself some coaches. Hey, I'm available. Grab me and I will help walk you through the trauma. And look out for our 12-week program that's going to help you to walk through trauma. And we're not going to dig in your pockets for it. Just pay for your workbook, which is $25, right? We want to make sure that we help our communities to be more trauma informed and to stop re-traumatizing people. All righty. Bye for now. I'll see you in the next episode. It's time to buckle up. No more suffering in silence. Our Power Pack journey to recovery and realignment starts now. Remember, you were collateral damage on someone else's warpath. Trauma is not your fault. Recovery, however, is your responsibility. I'm your host, Wellness Coach Liz Blanding, and this is the Get Trauma Informed podcast.